Facebook, and today we have a beautiful view of the bridge in Sarnia, and we're looking through the trees, and the photograph is by my friend Kelly. And today we're going to be talking about a wide range of things, but we're going to be covering English history, cricket, and why you should broadcast. I suppose the next thing I'd best do is to actually bring myself on screen. I'm using a feature of BeLive Studio 2, which allows me basically to speak without being on camera. Now that's magical, and it's great for anybody who is, let me just take that out of the way. It's in the way, that's better. If I go too dark, then please do tell me and I'll switch the lights on. But it's like being at a floodlit sports arena. So first comment is from Corinda, and we'll show that on screen, and wishing myself and David a great show. Now that's good, except that David isn't here today. David is at the radio station broadcasting there, and he cannot be in two places at once. So that being the case, the show is mine, and over the next hour or so, I'm going to be talking about things which interest both he and me. And I want to say hello to everybody who's watching in Sarnia in Canada. I've learnt a lot about your hometown by broadcasting with David over the last 2 years, and I would love to be able to come and visit you one day. Who knows what's going to happen? Who can tell the future? Certainly here in England at the moment, it's very difficult, and I can't tell at the moment whether I'm live or not. If you are watching, then please do say hello, and that will help. But if you're still with me, and I hope you are, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screen share now, and I can share my screen, and I'm just about to set it all up. So let's take this stage by stage. I'm sharing a Chrome tab. That Chrome tab has a video. The last time I did the show on my own, as it were, I showed you a video from the Ask Angelica series. Angelica is my partner. She's a German tuition and translation. And every couple of weeks, we go out and about. Angelica goes out with her camera and shoots the local scenery, and we're about to see some of that now, although, well, let's see, shall we? I'll just bring up the video on screen so that you can see the video on screen. I am going to go invisible, but you'll still be able to hear me. The next stage is I'm going to put the video full screen, press play, and come back. So we're off on the visit to Old Wardour Castle, and there you can see the castle in all its splendor. It was built in the 14th century and has been left as a ruin. There is a new Wardour Castle, which is just down the road. I'm going to be quiet now. As you can see, you can actually climb up the ruins and take photographs of the surrounding landscape. And there's a younger version of me actually halfway up the wall. And if you're eagle-eyed, you may well spot me later on as well. This is Wiltshire in England. It's beautiful countryside. This was in the autumn. And Old Wardour Castle is famous because of Robin Hood, starring Kevin Costner. Behind bars. Starring Kevin Costner, which was filmed partly at Old Wardour Castle, and we stood and sat in the spots where Kevin and his merry band were actually acting. So there you have it. There is Old Wardour Castle. I'm going to come back. We can stop sharing the video. I'm going to turn my video back on. And if you're still with me, thank you. I'm just going to go over to Facebook. This is always a good idea, just to check that we are in fact live, because sometimes you think, well, is anybody watching? Now, if you're not watching on the TVSN page, if you're on Be Live in 5 or the Live Video Hub or even my page, you'll see a link up above which you can click and you can join me directly and make comments. And when you do make comments, I can actually feature them on screen. Okay, now we are in exciting times. Two things have been announced in the last week, which are game changers for everyone involved in live broadcasting, either as somebody who actually creates the shows or somebody who watches the shows. And those two things, I'm just going to my agenda, which is also my aide memoir, and going down to the TVSN page. I'll get to the TVSN page in a second. And there we are. And the major thing that's happened is that we now have a name for the software that we're using. This is, I made a mistake. Excuse me for a moment. I need to do something live, and it will prove that it's live as well. It will prove how flexible this software is. As I go down to my menu, and I've been told off for this, not officially but unofficially, Be Live Studio 2. I'm going to cursor down until I get to TVSN, and what it should be is it should be this. And I've hopefully got it right now, so I'm going to take it off screen. Okay, it should disappear in a second. And now I'm going to show it on screen again. I just need to locate it in my agenda, and by the magic of live video, I can actually display it again. Okay, so I'm actually using today Be Live Studio 2, which will be officially released on June 26th. And all I can say is I'm fortunate to be part of the team actually testing this, and it is special. This is been built from the ground up. It's not a modification to the existing Be Live system, which is awesome enough. This is a complete new build, and team of software programmers around the globe are scurrying away at the moment, actually getting ready for the 26th of June. So if you are already a Be Live user, then you'll have access to this system from the 26th of June, and you can try it out for yourself. The existing, right, okay, and thank you, Domingos. There we go. Hello. As I was just saying that you'll have the opportunity, Domingos, to actually try the new software on June 26th is the release date. And I can just press that button, and hopefully in a second, we're back to where we were. So yeah, June 26th is when you should be looking for Be Live Studio 2, which is, well, over the course of the next couple of weeks, next 10 days, in actual fact, 9 days, in video, and the team from Be Live are going to be telling you all about the software. Now, I'm privileged insofar as I'm actually creating the Udemy course, which will also be released on June 26th, and that will tell you exactly how to operate the software. Tell the story because it's a good one. I developed the software, I developed the course, and basically I did it before they decided on the name. and that meant that whenever I said be live, I got it wrong. So I'm having to do all the videos again. It's always better second time around. So the second set of videos are done in full knowledge of the name of the software, which always helps. And we're in a situation where the facilities on BeLive Studio 2 are improving every day. So I may well go through several different versions of lectures which make up the course. The course will be free to everybody who uses BeLive.tv, and it will be released, as I say, on the same day as the system itself makes its first appearance. Now, one of the questions that I'll take that off screen. One of the questions that we keep getting asked and asking ourselves is, why do we broadcast? I mean, why go live? Well, we know if you do a text post, few people read it. If you do a picture post, more people read it and see it. If you do a recorded video, then people may watch it. But the most effective way to go live is to go live on Facebook using BeLive. We'll say hello to Kelly, and Kelly is saying, I'll see it in a moment, I'm watching the Toronto Raptors parade. Ah, right. Well, I've been following the Raptors, so I know this is a big story. Enjoy the parade, which to all accounts is well deserved. And well, we've been watching from England. You have us interested in one of your sports, so it's all good. And I'll catch you later, Kelly. And thank you. And Domingos is saying, it's going to come through in a second. I know it is. I know it's going to come onto my screen in a second. Yep, that's it. I mean, Domingos, the more lives you do, the more natural you become, the more relaxed you become, and it shows. It shows in the broadcasts. The first couple of broadcasts, we're all nervous and wooden, and we don't get the point across that we want to make, and we kick ourselves afterwards. And you're getting past that stage, and I'm just impressed by the quality of your videos. You have a natural talent, and just carry on broadcasting, and enjoy broadcasting, and enjoy BeLive Studio 2 when it comes out on the 26th of June. And comment from Kelly, who's watching the Raptors parade, and is saying bye for now. Kelly, thanks for joining us, and catch you later. And next week, David will be back, and we'll show more of your photographs. Is that where David is actually today? No, David said he was at the radio station, so I've got to take him at his word. And I've no doubt that he will actually turn up partway through this broadcast. If anybody does want to join me on the broadcast, I have a link. Now, the thing about the link in BeLive Studio 2 is it's permanent. So if I give you the link now, and I'm posting it and send, then that link is not only good for now. There you are. There's the link. It's good for any show that I host. If we look at that, it's going to the BeLive TV app. I'm user 66, and it's the guest link, and that link will work on all my shows. So if you watch me and you see me and you want to join me on camera, you just need to access that link and you can come on camera. It's not a link that's different for each show. This is a major change. It means that you can give that link out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, and it will still be the same. So when you're inviting people to a show which is on in the future, then this one link will work. And it means that when you're actually promoting a show, you can use that self-same link to promote the show. And if you're using messenger bots, as we all should, then you can use that same link show after show after show. It means less editing, less work, and it also means because that's permanent. Your studio is permanent. So any pictures that I have, just to take that a point further, any pictures that I have, try and get that off screen, and I'll take myself off full screen. This is a picture of next to each other. This is a picture of old Wardour Castle, and one of the things I love about this is I can actually take the title off and bring it back on again. But the pictures I've got in my studio stay there until I delete them. And Domingos is saying, thank you. It's well deserved, my friend. Well deserved. Okay, as the screen moves up. Now, okay. I'm waiting to see what's happening. We'll know in a moment. Okay, and I can hear myself. Right, okay, and I'm going to take that photograph down, and I'm very happy to say that I'm being joined. Take that photograph down. Right, okay, and being joined by Domingos. Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
Nice to see you.
Nice to
Yeah, I'm good. It's the first time we've.
Yeah, the first time we've had a one-on-one conversation.
It is, and it is good. I mean, this is the Be Live studio, and
Yeah.
as you've been using Be Live before,
Yep.
you can see a difference straight away.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I've got that page, and I've got my group, and both are doing very well. And some of my shows I've had quite a few views and comments, and I was impressed by that. And thank you for saying that I was a natural. I
Well,
appreciate that.
it's I'm honest, saying as it is. Basically, people either actually enjoy being on screen or don't, and you obviously do, and you're passing on useful information to everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad to be part of your team, as it were.
Yeah, I've had Dave cross post some of his streams from the on Sarnia, Ontario Age Friendly Expo.
Ah,
Uh,
right, yeah.
Videos on my in my page that he cross posted, and I have no problems with that. Then you want to cross post, go ahead.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yep.
I will certainly do that. I think that's it. I mean, basically, if you get people going to your page
Yeah.
and you give them a variety of shows to watch,
Right.
it's like having your own TV channel,
Yeah.
yeah, where you decide the content, you commission the shows, and you bring those shows to your page, so
Yeah.
that people visiting your page can watch them.
Yeah. And I've actually learned all the stuff about the crawler and the agenda and all that. Dave did a little tutorial for me video, and it took me a little bit to catch on, but I caught on. So I know how to set up an agenda and use the crawler, or just put it plain on the screen.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, something new to learn. And I've told Dave before, as long as I keep my mind active,
Mm.
you know, you don't use it, you lose it. So I'd rather keep using it, and I do everything. Like I let everyone watches my shows know that I only have use of my left arm, so I do everything on screen, keyboard, and the mouse is all I use. Camera and the mouse, the camera and
Yeah.
the mic. That's all I use. So and it's always good to have a never say die attitude.
I agree, and it's you can do so much just by learning about live video. You
Yeah,
can reach out to people, can't you?
yeah, and I've had people commenting that on your show and David's show. Alfredo, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
And there's another gentleman, I can't remember his name. Ollie has commented on my shows and said he's seen my shows a few times. And I'm gonna continue. You know, people need to learn a little more about MS, and I've been studying it now ever since I've had it, and it's coming up on 17 years.
All right.
So I'm full
And
of it.
coping mechanisms for MS.
Yeah, it's
What has been your experience?
well, actually, I prefer to say the adapting. Um,
Right.
if
Okay.
you're in a situation with MS, you don't try to deal with it or cope with it. You have to adapt to it. Uh,
Hmm.
if it throws you a curveball, swing for the fences and hit a home run. No, don't give up. And
Right.
positive attitude always helps. So,
And we're joined by Corinda, and Corinda says hello. So,
hello, Grinder.
Corinda, if you want to join us, then I'll post the link again, because what we'd like to do is to road test this software so that everybody gets a chance to look at it. So, I'll post the link in, Corinda. If you want to join us on camera, then please do. Because that's one of the things about testing software. You want to push it to its limits and try everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still a newbie to the live streaming world, but I'm learning slowly. Uh,
There's always something new.
yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
mean, come June 26th, we've got a whole new system to learn.
Yeah.
The old system, the
I,
old system will continue for 2 months,
yeah.
so you can sort of try it out occasionally, then swap over when you're ready.
Yeah.
So there's no rush in that respect.
And
But the skills that you've got so far for text and agendas, it's the same principle. So everything you've learned so far, you can bring across
oh,
to Be Live Studio too.
I'm
Um,
I'm willing to learn it. So um,
well, we're all learning. There's going to be well, I think they made a good move in not switching everybody over automatically. It's going
yeah.
to be a phased approach, and you can try it out when you're ready to.
Yeah.
On your bottom of your profile will be a switch which says old version, new version, and you can then switch between the two. And I'm delighted to say that we're actually being joined in a moment. I can see you, Corinda. I can't see your camera. So I'm just going to wait until you may need Corinda. Right, let's try and explain this. Corinda, at the top of your picture on the right hand side, you'll see a cog. If you click that cog, you should be able to select the right camera. You may have the wrong camera at the moment. At the moment, we can only come live on Be Live Studio 2 with desktop. We can't come mobile, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure that it will be here soon. So it's just, Corinda, if you can hear me, I can't see you. Right, have you met Corinda before?
No, but I have seen his comments, and he's liked my comments when caught your shows, Dave's shows, and Brachetti's. But
Yeah.
I've yet to meet Brachetti, so um, I'm hoping
Well,
to
Brigitte, yeah,
catch
Brigitte.
shows. So
All right, Brigitte and I have a show together on Fridays at
okay,
11 a.m. Eastern,
okay,
and you're welcome to join us on any of those shows.
definitely.
And Corinda is saying, I'm just trying to check what Corinda is saying. Just a moment. And
Okay.
weird. There should be right. Excuse me a moment. At the top of your picture, Corinda, I know you see Domingos and I.
Yeah,
There is a cog. and that cog gives you access to your camera and to your microphone, and you just need to select the cog. And I'm just scrolling down, and I've got to find out what the problem is. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Now there is a saying which is true in live video as it is anywhere else,
Yeah.
and that is KISS. Keep it simple. Corinda, can you switch VCam off and just come in with your normal camera? So if I remove you now, it's best that I do. If you can come in with your normal camera, then we should have more success. Yeah. I mean, I love using a virtual camera, but when you're using something new, it's best to keep it simple and not try to complicate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, well, should I come in with a virtual camera today? And I decided, no, you don't actually need it all the time. So Corinda is saying, okay. So Corinda is going to come on
All right.
in a moment.
Very nice.
And yeah. Okay. So I'm going to remove the comment, which is good. It's working smoothly today. Everything's improving day by day. You can sense it. The other thing that's improving is the quality of the video.
Yeah.
If we compare the picture quality now to the picture quality we had on the earlier version, there's a total difference.
Right.
Because when you go into the old version of Be Live, it
Right.
asks you which camera setting you wanted.
Right.
480, 540, 720. Now it doesn't ask you.
Yeah.
It
Yeah. I
it
know.
says, okay, it says these are the best settings for you. These are the ones I'm going to use.
Yeah.
And that seems to work a lot better, because the only thing is, if more choices you give to people, the more confusing it gets.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We're going to try again. Corinda is. Yeah. I'm just waiting for Corinda. And
Yeah.
Corinda, can you say something? Okay. I'm going to bring Corinda up on screen. It will be in total darkness, as you can see in a moment.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. So Corinda
Yeah.
is not there. Just a minute. Let's just change things around a bit. That's it. Corinda, this is what Domingos and I can see. We can't see you,
Yeah.
and you need to. I'm trying to use the mouse to show him, but he can't see my mouse. At the top of your picture is a cog. Click that cog and select your camera. And we've got a party going now because Fonz has joined us. So we say hello to Fonz.
Well, fine.
Fonz, if you want to join us, the link's in the chat. Let's push this out and get 4 people on screen. I'm going to close a window or two, just so I don't run out of steam, as it were. So I can close those 2 windows and come back. And I should be back in a moment and take a comment off screen. And Corinda, I still can't see you.
No, I don't see anything either.
All right. Okay. And comment from Corinda, which will display on screen. When I click that, okay, we're waiting for the second part of the comment, Corinda. Okay. When you click the cog, it should give you a choice of camera. Can you send me a screenshot? And we'll try and determine what the problem is. Not necessarily live, but after the show. Okay, so if you send me a screenshot of what you're seeing, then that will be helpful. Because I'm going to take you off camera again. It's back to you and me now.
All right.
And Okay. Right. So back to what Kelly was saying earlier. Do you actually follow the Raptors?
And
How big a thing is it? How big is it?
basketball is a big thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember how many years it's been since a Canadian team has won the NBA championship. Um, and I the last time when I actually followed basketball, the Chicago Bulls were the champions, and that was years ago. So, not a big basketball
Right.
fan, but I'm into combat sports like the UFC and stuff like that. So, but yeah, basketball and hockey are big deals over here. Hockey more so, but
Right.
Toronto was, I believe, was beat out by Boston. And Toronto is, even though they don't have a great winning streak, they have a great following. A lot of their home games, well, pretty much all their home games are usually sold out, and you can't get a ticket. So they're
Okay.
very popular in here in Ontario. So
Right.
and same with the
Yeah.
Raptors.
Yeah. Right. Now, as far as Sarnia is concerned, it seems to be a hive of activity.
Oh,
There's
it
always
is.
something going on.
Yeah, there's we've got coming up soon is the Battle of the Bands for teens up to the age of 21. And apparently, when I caught Dave's show, the winner gets to play at the Canada Day festivities to give them
Right.
some exposure.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so
That's a heck of a prize, isn't it? To actually be able to play to such a large audience.
oh yeah,
Right. Yeah.
it's all free of charge. Canada Day
Good.
festivities is all free of charge, and they have a ton of vendors down there. Um, I don't know if they're having the powerboat races again this year. They usually had powerboat races on the St. Clair River. Um, and then we have Blue Water Border Fest coming up in August. Um,
Yeah.
and they've released some names. I think Styx and the lead singer, Foreigner, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
are
Right.
coming to Sarnia Bay or Border Fest, Blue Water Border Fest. Years ago, it used to be Bayfest, and they had huge numbers and up in the upwards of 20,000 people that were coming from worldwide to see bands playing. And we've had Kiss,
Oh
Bon
wow.
Jovi, Lady
Yeah.
Antebellum, a lot of big names. So, but they cleaned up Centennial Park because they had found asbestos in the grass.
Right.
So they
Yeah.
had to do a conventional cleaning up, and that cost the city a pretty penny. But it's beautiful down in
It,
Centennial Park now.
I'm fortunate enough to have seen photographs that Kelly took, so I can appreciate fully what you're saying about the way that it's been changed and it's now a resource for the town.
Yeah.
I just want to catch. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, they revamped down near the Blue Water Bridge. Now there's water, like a splash pad for the kids, and new park. And if you haven't had French fries under the bridge, you've never had fries.
You never lived. Yeah. Right. Just going to catch up with the comments as our friends are actually commenting. So first up is Fonz. And Fonz says he's got the same problem with the mouse doing Cambridge Historian live. You and me both. It's very difficult at times.
Mm-hmm.
And to actually do it. And it's actually cut part of the comment off there, Fonz. Let's see if I can make a slight change.
Yeah,
Just bear with me a moment.
Yeah, I only see
So,
three dots after his historian live.
yeah, that's right. So I'm going to try and edit the appearance, and it's not letting me. So it could be a problem that I'm causing. If I change the theme, oh, it's gone now. Right, okay. And then Corinda is saying, hope this. Oh,
So
right, and
the Warriors lost. That's who the Raptors played for
right,
NBA championship.
and we've got Corinda's photo, Fonza's photo, and Corinda's comment. Okay, I'm going to show this recording to the developers afterwards, and hopefully the next comment will come through now and appear on screen, and we can talk about it. Oh, right,
See,
okay.
nude
And
bike riding.
new bike
Oh,
riding. Well, in Cambridge, that's something, because our weather, it must have
yeah,
been darn cold, is all I'm saying. And I
yeah,
knew this would happen sooner or later, and it's very good. We have comment from my co-host is, thanks for looking after the show today, Stephen Healy. You're more than welcome. I'm enjoying chatting to Domingos and learning about Sarnia and learning about the Raptors and about the park. And we're having a great chat. And this, I mean, to me, this is what live video is good at, is actually allowing us to talk, because we're joining Sarnia, Ontario with Wiltshire in England, and we're talking as if we were both in the same room. And that's what I mean
exactly.
about being natural on video. If you can do that, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's lovely to have everybody watching us, but we're just talking to each other.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
if you approach it from that point of view, so David,
Uh,
you can join Dom and I next week if you want at 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay, right. Now then, where are we? Thank you for all the likes and the comments and for watching us. If you're not on the Video Show Network page, could you actually click the link which will above, which will bring you to the right page. When you make a comment, then I can see it, and as I've just proved, I can display comments on screens. I'm getting quite good at this on the new system. It's a bit of a change from the old system, and the comment will come up on screen in a moment. So there you are. It's working.
uh, hello,
Right.
Dave.
Okay. Now I'm just going to check my processor. Oh, right. Okay. I'm going to close something else. Right. Okay. So we should have some more memory in a minute. That's one of the things you've got to keep an eye on. When you've got one person on camera, it's not a problem. But when you've got more than one person on camera and you've got photographs and everything and screen sharing going on, then you've got to watch your computer. And I'm going for, there are more comments coming in, so let's catch up with the comments and say hello to
Hello.
Joy. And this is the new Studio 2, which Dom and I are in at the moment. And the first thing is that Dom's actually seeing what I see. So
Yeah.
the feed that's going out on Facebook is exactly the same with your host or a co-host or a guest. And this is Studio 2. We do know that this will be released on June 26th. They announced yesterday that on June 26th it will be available to everybody. You'll be able to try the new system alongside the old system for 2 months and decide which one is for you. And then after 2 months, hopefully you'll be used to the new system and you can switch over. And comment from Fonz. Comments are coming in thick and fast. Thank you, everybody. And Fonz is saying, all right, okay. He's given us, we're back in Cambridge in England again, home to the universities. And Fonz is saying that the naked bike ride is an annual event of people who ride bikes naked around the city.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've heard something about that before.
Yeah. Yeah. It's obviously a big attraction. And talking of which, one of the events that takes place in Cambridge every year is Strawberry Fair. And Fonz was at Strawberry Fair last week, and on the show tomorrow, we're going to be showing videos from the Strawberry Fair, and Fonz is also in Cambridge, and he's going to go walk around in Cambridge as our show, I Live Here, returns. Now, I Live Here, just take Joy's comment and I'll come back to it. It sounds good, can't wait. Only 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks to go. Right. We do a show on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Eastern, which is called I Live Here. And basically, the idea is that we invite people to go around where they live with their mobile camera and to switch it round and actually photograph where they're walking and talk about the town that they live in.
Right.
And this is our second season, and we start off with Fonz walking around Cambridge, and then over the coming weeks we'll have friends from around the world walking around with their mobile phones, giving us an overview of their city or town.
I wish I could do something like that for you, because there is a lot of beautiful things to be seen here in Sarnia, Ontario. And lots of beaches, lots of parks.
Yeah.
And there's lots of restaurants. It's just fantastic.
Right. What?
Be back soon. I just be again. Kind of bumped up to being a bit of a co-host. Steve was talking about Studio 2. We can figure out June 26th. The Steve will be back. I just said new to live streaming. Working at it. Steve is hopefully trying to get back on the screen here. Truly, I wish I could help you, but audio only. Let's just say, yes, I know only in Cambridge. That's funny. Steven, you have disappeared. Yes, he did, and apparently I'm on audio only. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure that out. But hopefully, Steven comes back and we get back on. Let's see. Host has joined broadcast. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, there I am. I'm back up and on screen again. Yeah, still waiting for Steven to come back. Um, um, I'm a little bit at a loss here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mention my groups I've got Talking MS, and I have a page called Talking MS. Both are meant to help those with MS and caregivers. Oh, there he is. How are you doing? He disappeared.
Thank you. Thank you for helping out. That was awesome. Basically, what happened was that my my screen went right. We know how to get out of this now. My screen went totally blank. Well, and I thought that your screen, yeah, it was upside down. So what I did was I refreshed the show, turned my camera off, turned my camera back on again, and we're here.
Okay.
All's well that ends well.
Well, and you know, I mentioned to your viewers that I kind of got bumped from guest to co-host. So I was mentioning about my group and my page, and
Well,
and then you were able to
right,
pop on back on. So
right,
that was
okay. The floor is yours. If you, Ringos, if you'd like to talk about your show, please do. I'll put you full screen.
Oh, okay. I do have a talk show. It's also called Talking MS. It's on and I go live on the page 3 times a week. Wednesday, no, sorry, no, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 1 Eastern, and it's all about talking MS and giving caregivers information. Because I myself, I do volunteer for the Ontario March of Dimes as committee chairman for the March of Dimes, and that's the assisted living part of Sarnia, Ontario, here in Canada, and it's been a great run so far. I've been that for 3 years now, and but I'd already made a page, and they're all called Talking MS. So feel free to join or like and follow. Greatly appreciated. So
Brilliant.
let's see if Stephen will come back.
Yep. I'm coming back. Right. Okay, I should be back in a second.
There you are.
All things being equal. There, I'm back. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yes. Okay. And Talking MS is the name of the show. And I'm sure that you're more than welcome to join Domingos anytime on the show or in the group and to get involved. So there you are. It's Talking MS. And Ronnie,
thumbs up. Thanks, Ronnie.
No,
I try to help.
This is name. Yeah.
I try to help all those. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead there, Steven.
No, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you. One of the things that comes with time when you've got two people on the screen is learning when one person stops and then the other can start. And it takes 2 or 3 shows together to get it right. So over to you, sir.
I invite anybody to come in to the group or the page that even wants to just learn about MS, or those that who've had MS years beyond them what I've had it, and maybe share their personal experience. So, go ahead there, Steven.
Right, thank you. Right, okay. So Talking MS, and you're welcome to join Domingos and the growing number of people who are getting involved in the show and watching the show. And what time is the show on?
Thursday and Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern.
Right. Thank you. And I'll put a link after we finish the show. I'll put a link to your page so that people can actually come along and get involved after the show.
Perfect.
Right. Okay. Now, apart from the glitch we had 2 minutes ago, and I'm not sure what caused it, this broadcast has been pretty solid, as we are now only 9 days away to everybody getting a chance to use Be Live Studio 2. It releases on the 26th, and it will be available to you on your normal Be Live account. You just log into your Be Live account, and it will be an option at the bottom that says, do you want to use the old version? Do you want to use the new version? And if you say, I want to use the new version, click the button, go live on the new version, take the Udemy course that I'm creating, learn all about the system. If you want to do a live show and you're still learning, then you can switch back to version 1 and then come back to Studio 2. So you can swap and change between the two as you learn about the new system. New system has a lot of features that we've all been asking for. I mean, Live started in October 2016, and this is this incarnation, which is Be Live Studio 2. It's been a learning experience. It's been a learning experience for everybody who's been live on BeLive.tv. It's been a learning experience for BeLive TV themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they've taken on board everything that we've asked for in the last 2.5 years, written a new system from scratch, preserving the good out of the system 1 and adding features that we've all been asking for. And if you watch Owen video at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, he will be able to tell you more. So look out for that show. That's Owen video on BeLive.tv at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you'll find out more about BeLive Studio 2. I'll be back on BeLive Studio 2 on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, but I'm not on camera. This is a show where I am not on camera. I'll tell you for why. As I bring a graphic up on the screen, hopefully, and we'll rearrange things so that we can see the graphic properly. Okay, it'll take a second. Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, is the Power Hour with Dolly Cortez and Anita Myers, and they'll have a guest this week. And it is, I sit there in the production studio, I don't appear on camera, and I just sort of move things about as they're needed. The text that goes on screen, the images that goes on screen, the point of the way the actual broadcast goes out. I just thoroughly enjoy it. So that's the next time I will be live. Dom, you're live tomorrow at
1:30.
1:30 Eastern.
Yeah, 1:30 p.m. Eastern.
Right.
Which 3 days a week.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Tuesday. Sorry, did it again.
No, and,
Right.
and that's my fault too.
No,
3
as I
days
said,
a week. It's a learning curve for me.
You and me both, and hopefully the pitch will adjust itself. That's it. All right. To everybody who's joined us today, I'd just like to say thank you for joining us today. It's been our pleasure to chat. This is the first time that Dom and I have actually been live together on the same show. I've learned a great deal, and I wish you continued growth in Talking MS, in the show, and in your viewership, and in the group. And Dom, would you like to say a word before we close the show?
I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who popped in and said hello. Come and view our chat. You're appreciated very much. Thank you.
Wonderful. And so from Wiltshire in England and from Sarnia, Ontario in Canada, we will see you again next week. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye.
Okay. It's a wrap.